Hi there, major update. You can now import PSD files inside DaVinci Resolve, split them up into layers and animate them one by one as you wish. Let's see how it's done. Alright, so as you can see here, I've got this thumbnail image inside DaVinci Resolve. There's a total of 10 layers and we are going to import this file inside DaVinci and animate it layer by layer. Let's see how it's done. All you have to do is go to DaVinci Resolve, go to the top left of your screen to the media pool, enable that, right click inside the media pool and click on import media. Then select whatever Photoshop file you want. I'm going to double click on this one and as you can see, it's inside the media pool. Now just drag it inside your timeline like this, right click on it and click on split PSD layers in place. Just click on that and there you have it. All of the layers have been split inside DaVinci Resolve. And just to cross check, there's V10, which means there's 10 layers, and if you go back, there's also 10 layers. So every single layer has been imported inside DaVinci Resolve. Now I'm going to animate it layer by layer. I'll show you just one layer first and then I'll fast forward the process. So let's say this first layer of me, right? If I see, enable and disable it just by pressing D, you can see that this is my layer. Now I'm going to animate it by using a simple effect called push. Just drag and drop it here. I'm going to reduce the length of it and I'm going to change it to in and out. I'm going to make it come from bottom towards upper side and then increase the motion blur like this. And as you can see here, see, that's how it came. Now I'm just going to copy this little transition to every single layer by just simply pressing Alt and dragging it over the other layers, and I'm going to fast forward the whole process now. Yeah. Alright, so now as you can see, for the first two layers I have applied the simple fade in effect and all other layers will come in one by one like I had shown you. So as you can see here, perfect. So we have successfully imported the Photoshop file inside DaVinci and animated it layer by layer. Now a few very important things to know. If I go back to Photoshop, you'll observe here that none of the layers here have any kind of effects. But if I zoom in into this white arrow, it has a bevel and emboss effect, right? And same goes for all of these elements. So if I go back to the original Photoshop file, this is the original Photoshop file. Now if you see here, this is me and this is my shirt. Now the shirt originally was white, which I have changed to blue by adding a new layer, clipping it to the layer below and coloring it blue and changing the composite mode. Now there's a few more effects. Like I said, for the logos, the logo has a bevel and emboss effect, and this little image right here, the timeline, it is inside a rectangle shape, right? The original image is much bigger, right? Like this. So I've just clipped it in here. Now the problem that happens is, if I had imported this original file inside DaVinci Resolve, which I'll show you right now, just right click in media pool and I'll import the original Photoshop file. Now if I drag it inside DaVinci Resolve, right click on it, split it up into layers, and if I hover over it, let it load, and as you can see, the problem that happens is that the effects don't get applied. Of course, why? Because the effects that you apply inside Photoshop, it's a whole different software. So DaVinci Resolve is not going to understand what effects you apply to each layer. So if you observe here, none of the logos have the emboss effect, right? The color is going all out of the shirt because it was clipped inside Photoshop, right? It doesn't get clipped inside DaVinci. And again, same, this image isn't clipped to the rectangle. So these are all kinds of errors that will happen. So to fix this, what I've done is, in Photoshop itself, I've created another copy of this file and I've rasterized every single layer. I've merged them all into one layer, right? So for example, this is my layer, right? So the blue color has been clipped inside the shirt and it's been converted to a single rasterized image. How did I do it? I just selected these two layers, right? Right clicked on them. Wait a second, like this, convert to smart object first, and then I just rasterize that layer. So now it just becomes a flat image which will get imported inside DaVinci and it will understand what the file is. A simple flat image, no clipping, nothing. So similarly, you can do this for every single layer, even if it is just a single layer like this DaVinci Resolve logo, right? It has been embossed again. So right click, convert it to smart object first, and then you can rasterize that layer like this. Perfect. So just do it for every single layer by creating a copy of the Photoshop file. And another important tip is name them correctly. So Photoshop files, it goes in several layers, right? 10, 20 layers. So once you import it inside DaVinci Resolve, it will get much harder if you don't name them correctly. So name them like this. This is me, this is the white arrow. So if I import it inside DaVinci Resolve, I know what layer is what. As you can see here, mouse cursor, then thumbnail, then every single thing, the logo, Photoshop logo, timeline, everything. So that's how you can import files, split them up into layers, animate them layer by layer, and make sure that they are imported in the correct way with all of the effects. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you find this video useful, and if you do, make sure you like the video. It really helps the algorithm suggest this video to the needful people. Also, share this video with your friends and consider subscribing to the channel. I post such kind of DaVinci Resolve tutorials, how to take videos, tech reviews, I stream games occasionally, and I post some knowledgeable and informative YouTube shorts. I also have a website where I post weekly blogs about all of the stuff that I just mentioned, and I have a Gumroad shop where you can get access to motion graphic elements at a super affordable price. And that brings us to the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.